release. Now I do need to make sure that everybody on board can hear me on this microphone all right, and to know that y'all are ready to have a good time. So with that being said, I need y'all to do me a small little favor and go ahead and make some noise. You know what? We're gonna go park this boat back. I don't feel like y'all ready. We're gonna go ahead and try that one more time. We're gonna act like that never happened. I have a little bit too much energy, so I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead and match it up. So we're gonna try that one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all ready to have a good time? Make some noise! Alright, see that was a lot better. Now I'm a little more excited for you. Alright, before we go ahead and get started, I do want to inform and let you all know that this is not a guaranteed alligator tour. I cannot guarantee or promise any alligators as I have no control over the wildlife. This is an airboat tour. My job is to make sure you guys have a good time and enjoy yourselves on this airboat ride. Now there are some locations that I do know of where we might get a chance to see an alligator. I cannot guarantee or promise how many alligators we'll see, but I will try my best to find you guys at least 1 or 2 gators. If we do happen to come across an alligator, I'll be spinning this boat around so both sides of the boat can get a good view. I just ask you guys to please be patient until I get to spinning the boat to your side. Now these lovely birds that you have on these orange buoys off the right side of your boat are known and called as the double-crested cormorants. These birds are known to be your fishing birds of the Everglades. They're capable of diving in the water up to 10 to 15 feet deep. They can hold their breath up to 2 minutes long. Now what's pretty cool about your cormorant, when they actually start hunting for fish underwater, they have a burst of speed. They're capable of reaching up to 15 miles an hour within 1.5 seconds. Now throughout this tour, there may be a chance where we happen to pass an area where there was a gator hanging out or hiding somewhere. Let's say I did not see the alligator or one of you guys did. You all can feel free to shout, wave your hand towards the top sides of the boat. Let me know where you've seen that gator and we'll spin this boat around so you guys get a good view. Now there also may be a chance throughout the tour where we are viewing a gator and the alligator might decide to go ahead and fully submerge himself underwater. I just want to let you guys know I have no control over the wildlife and cannot force the alligator to come back above water, not unless we start hanging timber over the side of the boat. Now these airboats are made with automotive or aircraft engines. They have a horsepower up to 350 to 454. However, ladies and gentlemen, you all have the lovely privilege to be riding on the fastest boat out here in Everglades Holiday Park, known as Excalibur. And it's one of the only 4 airboats on the fleet that is pushing a Chevy engine with a horsepower of 502. Which means throughout this tour, we are going to be jumping on 3 speed trails and we're going to go fast. Now when that time does approach, I'll let you guys know ahead of time. Therefore, you all can secure any loose items you have brought on board, such as your hats, glasses, phones, cameras, your loved ones. And just please keep in mind that it is going to be windy throughout this tour. You are going to hear the wind blow into my microphone at times. I just want to apologize about that ahead of time. I'll try my best to redirect it. And start this tour off the right way. We have approached our first speed trail, so I'm going to ask you guys to go ahead and secure those loose items as of this moment. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hold on to those loose items. Sit back, relax. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what these airboats can do. speed trail. Now, the Everglades is known to be a unique wetland ecosystem that is located in southern Florida. It is covering an area of approximately up to 1.5 million acres. Now, the Everglades is also known to be called as its nickname, as the Endless River of Grass. Now, it is often referred as the River of Grass due to its slow-moving waters that resemble a wide, shallow river flowing through a grassy marsh. Now, as you look off here to the side of your boat, you see exactly why this is known as the Endless River of Grass. So the Everglades is known to be the slowest moving river in Florida. It is primarily fed by the slow flow water from Lake Okeechobee, which then spreads out over the landscape, creating a unique mix of freshwater and saltwater habitats. Now, the Everglades is known to be the largest subtropical wilderness in the United States and the largest mangrove ecosystem in the Western Hemisphere. This island we're getting ready to go by on our left side of our boat is known and called as Vulture Island. Now, if you were to come over here anytime around sunset, you see over 50 vultures flying around the island, hanging out within the trees. So out here in the Everglades, we have two different types of vultures. We have what's known and called as your black American vulture. It's also known as your turkey hawk vulture. Now, the difference between both these vultures is that your turkey hawk vulture has an all red head and brown and black feathers, and your black American vulture is known to be all black. Now, the turkey hawk vulture is actually one of the only birds that has its name made out of 3 different animals. These vultures are capable of growing anywhere from a 5 to a 10-foot wingspan. We all know these vultures go ahead and feed off of dead animals and dead carcasses. It's one of the main reasons why these vultures have very rough skin on top of their heads. However, no one's ever really questioned or wondered how these vultures go ahead and bathe themselves. Now, these vultures actually do contain acid that lies within the vulture's urine. When the vulture is actually done feeding off of a dead carcass, the vulture will then go ahead and bathe itself inside of its own urine. Therefore, the acid inside of that urine can kill off any bacterial disease that that vulture may have captured from feeding off that dead carcass. Now, the Everglades is known to be the important breeding grounds for your wading bird in North America, as well as your Rosetta spoonbill, your iconic great blue heron, your wood stork, your red shoulder hawk, and your osprey. We have approached our second speed show. This speed show is a lot shorter than the first one. However, once we jump off this speed show, we're going to go ahead and start looking for that first alligator. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this short little second ride. Here we go. grass, short little second speech here. Now this beautiful open area out here is known called as the Shiner Hole. Now the Everglades has a rich cultural history associated with the Miccosukee and Seminole Native American tribes. Now these tribes have inhabited the area for centuries and continue to maintain their cultural traditions and connections to the land. Now this area that we're in right now, known as the Shiner Hole, is actually one of their main locations that both these tribes used to go ahead and meet to transport and export goods back to their homes. We have two different types of tall grass. Now all this grass you see surrounding us right now is what we call that's cattail grass. The other type of grass that we have out here is what we call that's sawgrass. Now the reason why sawgrass is called sawgrass is for the very fact that it has saw-like edges. There are sharp little rivets and points at the edge of the sawgrass, so if you place your finger on the side of it, slide your finger going down, you will see that that sawgrass will cut you open. You've been out here for some time, you do happen to cut yourself off the sawgrass or perhaps anything else. Now here's a little survival tactic. One of the first things you want to do is grab some of the cattail grass. You'll gently remove all the edges from each side of the cattail grass as well as one of the thick layers off the front or the back side. Either or, doesn't matter which. On the inside of the cattail grass you're going to see that there's a soft white material. That white material exposed, you place that white material on top of whatever wound you have at the moment. You're going to wrap the rest of that cattail grass around that area and you'll begin to see that the inside white material will begin to work as a bandage. Now a little interesting fact even about your sawgrass is that sawgrass is known to be called as sawgrass. However, the only problem is that sawgrass is not even known to be a type of grass. Sawgrass is actually known to be a type of sedge. So if they were to give the correct name to sawgrass, it actually have been known and called as saw sedge. Now to say that about 3 times fast, what do you hear? What we're almost looking for. Directly off the right side of the ball, how you see this grass is actually pushed down all in the center of it. That means the gator has been hanging out recently in this area. So in other words, I'm looking for grass patches that look like the sun is kind of beaming down more on them so they can actually come out to sunbathe. Where the sun hits out the most, it's actually going to warm up the most, which means the gator will come out in that area more likely. Alligators are more of nocturnal animals. They're a lot more active at nighttime than they are throughout the daytime. Normally you find yourselves an alligator hanging out throughout the daytime is when the alligator's trying to sunbathe. It's actually being really lazy, trying to get those black bumps on the gator's back to harden up. Oh, I found a gator. Hiding in the grass. Hold on, give me a sec, I gotta turn the boat around.
There's a duck.
Difficult to probably see, but I'm gonna get you guys the best view I possibly can. Now this gator's actually hiding in the grass off the right side of the boat. We're gonna come up to the corner where we just entered. I don't want to get too close to it because I can't tell exactly how close the gator is towards the corner, and we don't want to spook him off or he tries to go, basically try to rush himself under the water. Alright, so it's going to be coming up on the right-hand side of the boat. I'm going to try to use some of the grass as a leverage to slow us down so you guys can try to get a better view. But wherever you see the little opening, just start looking through these openings. You should be able to see the gator's back over here.